So now we know some of the reasons that new hires fail, but let's look at the opposite side of things. What are some of the basic skills associated with long-term success? How do people keep a job? What are the behaviors that you can display every day that will ensure that you do well in your role? The first one is easy. It's attendance and punctuality. You need to show up on time and stay for the duration of your shift. You can't do your job if you're not at your job. Typically, you'll get one sick day every 5 weeks. This time needs to be carefully saved since one sickness typically lasts 3 days, and if you have kids or aging relatives, you sometimes have to take sick leave to care for them too. When you sign up for a new job, make sure you understand how much sick and vacation time you will receive. Second, employers will be looking for you to take initiative. This means that you should participate fully in all tasks and ask a supervisor for the next task once you finish. Have you ever watched someone who is supposedly at work scrolling through their iPhone or looking at a magazine and wondered what exactly are they getting paid to do? These employees were likely displaying a low level of initiative. Don't let that be you. Next, you'll want to think about turning in quality work to ensure success in your job. This means that you give your best effort and use feedback to improve your work performance. Even if you show up on time, if you're making terrible sandwiches that give everyone food poisoning, or manufacturing car parts, or writing lines of code that are faulty and have to be redone by someone else, you're not demonstrating quality of work. That could put your job in jeopardy, so be careful. The next one is very important. Successful employees are very good at accepting direction and feedback. Even when an employer is telling them how they should do things differently, they respond with a positive attitude. They take ownership of their mistakes, and they are open to new ways of doing things. And then they act upon this feedback. Next is communication. Successful employees both speak clearly and listen attentively. They use language that is appropriate for the workplace. So that means that if you swear a lot at home, you should stop using that colorful language at the workplace door. In addition, you should make sure that your body language and facial expressions are positive and professional. People can read you like a book, so make sure that your book appears like you are glad to be at your job. Moving on. The next critical skill is working with coworkers. Have you ever been on a team with someone who it was genuinely fun and productive to work with? This person probably communicated clearly, divided work fairly, and respected diversity. Contrast that to some experiences you have probably had with people who were poor team members. Maybe they didn't show up on time for work, gave you more of the difficult parts of a project to handle, didn't let you know about crucial information, or generally had a bad attitude. You can easily tell the difference between good team players and bad team players. If you can work well with others, you're more likely to be set up for success. Attitude is the next critical skill. Think of your attitude like your reputation. It means that you are professional and positive about your job responsibilities. Related to this is emotional intelligence. This means that you are able to identify and appropriately respond to your own emotions. There are times when we will all get upset and frustrated at work. If you know how to calm yourself down and maybe take a quick break or go get a drink of water, instead of blowing up at a coworker or bursting into tears, you're displaying emotional intelligence and self-awareness. If you can also show empathy and strong social skills, you'll be better able to work with others and meet the needs of your customers and teammates. So those are the 8 critical skills for workplace success. Remember that it is fairly easy to show off these skills for 15 minutes, but it takes practice and stamina to display these skills every day of every week for months straight. We all have room for improvement. To see how well you practice some of these skills, use the rubric included with this lesson to honestly rank yourself and think about the areas where you are strong and areas where you could do better. In the rest of this lesson, we'll give you some tips and examples of how you can apply each of these skills to your own job.